What's going on, everybody? I hope you guys are all having a great day. I'm just going to try to get through this video as quickly as possible for you guys here. Just kind of a couple of updates. So, looking at the market right now, we're still on the weekly. The weekly will not close until Sunday. We've broken above that 970 billion as far as crypto total market cap is concerned. I would not be surprised to start running into some resistance and maybe seeing a retest and reconfirming support, et cetera, et cetera. Bitcoin's kind of looking the same way. I wouldn't be surprised to see a reclaiming of the 200 or the 210 on the weekly. It's the same thing that I've literally been talking about for months. If you're not aware, I was on BitBoy's channel today. It was actually a pretty decent interview. I did the interview up from my daughter's old bedroom, and a lot of comments on the VHS player. But hey, I'm pretty old school. I think a lot of you people know that I'm pretty nostalgic. So I watch VHSs. I watch horror movies. I listen to records. I try to spend the capital, the excess capital, which is during a bear market, not a lot when you're doing it full time, on digital assets and not on things that I just don't need. But I did want to give you guys a heads up. So I talked about Genfinity previously. This is obviously my company. You can see my team down here. See the products. I'm sure some of you might have been aware that we were doing this Lighthouse report. The first free edition was in July, and we were going to put it behind $29.99 a month starting August 1st, or $19.99 a month if you subscribed in July. But what we've actually decided to do, we've decided just to make it free across the board. So I would appreciate if you guys bear with us for a couple of days while we change the website out, et cetera, et cetera. But you can see right here, we're removing the monthly Lighthouse report paywall as announced, and I announced that on BitBoy's stream. So free for life. So as long as the lights are on, we will be putting out this great content for you guys on a monthly basis. It will be free to claim. You'll have to enter in your email, et cetera, but you will not be charged funds, et cetera. And really want to try to educate, inform as many individuals as we possibly can. And this was just the first iteration of it. So this was the one that was freely claimable starting July 1st. You can see all the different sections here. We're only going to grow this out. We're only going to make this better as time goes. And I don't think it makes any sense to eliminate people to hopefully empower themselves or to inform themselves. Now, what we are still going to do, this was pretty long. It's about 55 pages long with all of the content that was in here. And it's content, that is pulling you towards certain things to maybe be paying attention to, partnerships, some different digital assets, certainly not financial advice, but I mean, just looking at the adoption, look at the integrations, looking at the sentiment, looking at some of the bigger projects going on from the governmental standpoint, and hopefully pulling you guys towards some of this stuff so that you at least have it kind of in that back pocket of yours to be able to learn a little bit more about this space. And we're trying to run the entire spectrum of this space. So it's not just going to be, here's 30 coins or shit coins or whatever it might be. We're trying to run the gamut. So yeah, stay tuned. I'm sure there's going to be some newer announcements in the future, and give us a couple of days to update the site. I certainly want to make sure that everything is a smooth process for you all, including the report. We're measuring data analytics within the report. I said it was 56, 57 pages. It's never going to be something static. We will be updating this and making it as engaging as possible with the video content, with the reading content, whatever it might be, so that it can streamline information to you guys and just provide a service. You can see the contributor sections that we have right now. You can see the contributors. And these individuals, I know Crypto Caesar actually will not be in the next iterations. He did a fantastic job on the TA portion for the July edition. But we are going to still do TA. We're still going to do utility deep dives, et cetera, and just keep moving. And I'm very excited about where this is going to go in the future. And I think that it's going to provide a lot of value for free for everybody that wants to participate or engage with it. Real quick, I did want to say, we've seen essentially the SEC start to push back push back on the Amici status, so John Deaton's ability to represent the XRP community, because, quote unquote, the SEC claims that John is trying to manipulate the court case via social media, which is complete nonsense, obviously. What we do have is we've got 68,000 plus, really pissed off individuals that don't agree with the overstepping of boundaries that we are seeing across the board. And now we are finally starting to see some people who historically have been against XRP, historically been against Ripple, start to take that step in the right direction, in my opinion, where it's kind of, the rising tide rises all ships or all boats. Like, I think that Ryan Selkis, I think many of you may know him, Masara Report, etc., talking about, let's go Ripple. And, the SEC just kind of really from an enforcement standpoint, trying to run the gamut here. And what that's going to do, what I don't think a lot of people realize, is if the SEC wins this case and XRP is deemed a security, that is going to think about all the other models that exist in this space right now, or even all the models that just existed over this past cycle, or the new models that could exist. It's going to kill and stifle innovation to the point that we haven't, it's going to be a watershed moment for this entire industry. You and I both know, or at least, I think if you've been paying attention, you realize that this industry is going to really take over most industries. And if the United States decides to regulate by enforcement without cooperation, I'm very fearful about the ability for this nation to innovate. And it's pretty self-explanatory, right? At this point, multiple projects, even if you hate XRP, even if you hate Ripple, the company, I think most people are starting to understand if this case goes in the wrong direction, it's going to set the digital assets and cryptocurrency market back quite a bit. And I don't know. I look at it as a smokescreen. I think we all know that it's a smokescreen in this case, everything else. But and the reason being is they're not trying to state that XRP is a security. They're trying to state that XRP is still a security, basically. They're not saying that XRP was a security on X date, but then it made these, or the asset itself became kind of self-sufficient, decentralized enough to not be a security on X date. They're saying that, at the time of the filing, XRP was still a security, which I think is nonsensical. And if you look at even today, this is how innovation occurs. We can't have, we're going by a standard that existed since the early 1940s. You've got Sherman saying that we need to reinvent the standard, but then saying, but XRP is a security. I did that video yesterday. It's pretty apparent to see, that there's some interests involved with this, and interesting, how these congressmen and these senators are able to just have roles in perpetuity for governing this nation through lawmaking. But the innovation is changing everything. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I do think that, like Representative Emmer said, a new day is coming. So I'm excited for that. I'll talk to you guys when I talk to you. Bye.